Hey, what's up, everyone? For those watching the recap, we are just getting things set up right now, and I am going to be starting a little bit of an old-fashioned mod. Found a couple of these while I was working in the garage today, and was like, you know what? I've never done anything with them before, so may as well. We're going to be doing something with, of all things, the Hawkeye. Now, I know that there's been a couple of mods that have been done for this thing. I'm going to probably just do something simple, basically just air restrictor removal, spring upgrade, and plot and scheme to do something more with this. I am trying to locate the files that were created once upon a time ago for the inline clip mod for this. That way we can get some more performance out of this thing. Yeah, oddly enough, I've had this one for a long time. I've never actually opened it up, so I'm kind of ashamed about that. So hopefully we'll be able to see what this is. Right now, I'm just waiting on, there we go, waiting on my computer to load up and get everything ready to go. So it looks like we have the chat ready. If you're watching, say hello in the chat. And at 9 o'clock, just to let you all know, that is when I'm going to be opening up the panel. We're going to be discussing some, things that are going on in the hobby. Some things happened this week that happened in the YouTube space, and we're going to discuss that because there's been a lot of things said, and a lot of things have happened, and we just need to know what's going on here. So we're going to talk about that and get some feedback from the panelists. I believe that today I'm going to be having Chris Cartea join us. John Cillian's coming back, as is AJ Usog as well. And I want to say that we might be getting Joe Fox here as well, seeing as we mentioned him last week. Maybe we can clear up the air about what happened. But again, we'll find out at 9 o'clock. I've sent out the links. Hopefully, they'll join in the panel, and we'll go from there. I see that we already have one person in the waiting room to join in, and that was from last week. That's Mr. Cillian from Arizona Blaster Mods Shop, whatever. And looks like we have the man, the myth, the legend, often intimidated, never quite, sorry, not intimidated, often imitated, never duplicated. Mr. Cartea is waiting in the room as well. So that's kind of cool as well. I love talking to Chris whenever I can. So again, while I wait until 9 o'clock rolls around, I'm just going to get to working on this old school classic X shot Hawkeye. I was about to say the long shot because that's the one that everyone uses is the long shot and the Fury X. But I have seen people do some cool things with this one. Again, I've never opened one of these up before, so just never got around to it. And I found this one again while I was working my garage because I'm clearing space to put some new shelving back there, so I can store some of my wife's stuff. More blasters, but yeah, that way they're not all over the place. So, but yeah, again, for those who are entering the studio, we are going to be opening up the actual the panel at 9 o'clock. Right now, I'm just actually working on this blaster. I'm just doing the unscrewing things. The parts here that is boring to watch on camera, taking out screws. But what I will eventually be doing is just cutting maybe a spring. I may have a stronger spring for this one. I may actually have to cut up some either K25 or K26. We'll see what we do. I'm feeling kind of spicy tonight. So as long as I can get it to fit in prime, we'll see. I don't expect that we're going to get too much performance out of this, but if I can get it to hit right around the 115, 120 point, you know what? That'll be fine for a little plinker. I enjoy every now and then around the yard using a completely dumbed down blaster compared to everyone else, and just goofing off. And I say dumbed down in the sense that it only fires one dart, as opposed to people that are using magazine-fed blasters, or people that are using flywheelers or smart AR systems. Hey, what's going on, Strife? So welcome to the live again. If you did not catch it and you just came in just now when it's already live, Right now, I'm actually taking apart a Hawkeye to see what I can do with this thing, get some more juice out of it. I am hopefully going to be getting the files for the inline clip mod that was developed by France Foamworks. Mr. France needs to find them and send them to me. I'm done like I drew it out on crayons. No, in the sense that other people might be using like a rival blaster or something that holds multiple rounds, and I'm using a single shooter because you know what, it's fun. I'll just have darts in my pockets as opposed to somebody who's wearing a whole bunch of mags. Um, Unfortunately, Survival Fest this year, it's going to be very hard for me to make it this year, only because of the fact that my wife, she unfortunately had to have surgery, and I have to, help around the house. Um, One of those things: protect your knees, people. You will miss having access to your knees for a little bit, especially if they get like a meniscus repair. The common things that can happen. So. All right. Well, we've got a very small plunger tube here, and that's the recoil spring in here. I will say, and for those who've never opened up a Hawkeye, um, damn it. Well, that sucks. X-Shot's so clean when they do their blasters. Let's see if I can't find that spring. Just fell down here. I know I have the spring somewhere. No, I know it fell down here. I saw it somewhere. You know what? The good thing is that I have extra springs. I have an extra spring set. I can just fill those in. So let me go grab my spare springs. I'll be back. Best $10 I've spent on little springs. Yeah, he's sitting here on the side. Hopefully, he doesn't do what he did last week and make a whole bunch of noise. So, he'll be here until he has to go to take a shower and get ready for bed. So, let's see what we got here. That seems pretty simple. Air restrictor. Hey, what's up, Dex? So, is anyone really going to make it to Survival Fest this year that's in the chat, other than Ghost Nerf? I know that you're planning on going. Strife, I can't wait to actually see the final product. It's kind of funny. Integration work is something that I absolutely suck at. I admire anyone that can do a proper integration, because I think they're cool as all hell. But I just can't do them. Can't do them at all. Not my cup of tea, so to speak. What kind of spring we got here? Let's see what size spring this is. 1.5 spring. All right. This does have a pretty 1.5 millimeter spring diameter. This has a 1.8. All right. This should hopefully get some power behind it if we can get this to close on the actual thing. And oh, it will. All right. If you'll help me out, give me the Teflon tape. Plumber's tape. So, as I said in the introduction, we're going to be talking about some subjects tonight. I got the panelists already in the. Oh, we got some messages here. What's going on here? Will you please, not be so clumsy back there? Oh, great. You knocked over the chronograph. Even better. Fantastic. How about you put it in a spot where you're not going to walk across so it doesn't knock down and pick up your damn feet? Great. Oh, boy. Excuse me, everyone. All right, well then. Yeah, well, it's you tell him to be careful and he just tries to knock everything over in my workshop, so because he's about as clumsy as a bull in a china shop sometimes. But he gets that from me because I'm also particularly clumsy sometimes too. So well, hello there, Mr. Gimbals. Glad that you can join us. Well, doubt this is going to catch, but I have to cut down a bit of the spring and will. Let's see what we got here. Come on. Upgrade the catch spring too while I'm at it. That is a beefy. It's a very fat catch spring. It needs to be a lot beefier than what I have. Okay. Let's see if I can get some more another catch spring here. Okay. So let's take a look here. That should work. No. Wow. Okay. That one's too big. That one's too small. Come on, where's my Goldilocks for catch springs? Need one that's just right. Oh, you would work, but you're way too long. Ah, gotcha. You're talking about for Armageddon? Too long, actually. Well, was it you that told me that the nitro shot darts were like on sale for like they're down to $10 right now? Jesus. Springs flying all over the place. All right. Um, hmm. Oh man, what the heck happened here? Where did this go? Oh yeah, correct as we go. Wait, maybe. Mm-hmm. Oh, why didn't I take a picture of this before putting it on? Hold on a second, because now I need to find what the internals of this thing look like because I forgot how this went. Just my luck. We got 8 minutes here, people. Yeah, so Vector 1999 at Target. That is something that is definitely worth the cost of admission. At 1999, absolutely. I'll be honest, it was worth it at the price that it was at launch. That is something that, in my opinion, was an excellent blaster when it was released. and is well worth the price, in my opinion. So if you can get one at $19.99, do it. Hell, at that price, buy two because it's worth it. And mind you, I had issues with mine when I first got it, but that's because I was batting like pretty much 1,000 for issues with Dart Zone blasters last year when he gave me QC issues. But once it worked the way it worked, and the people who got it, that worked really well, were yeah. No, yeah, yes, right. It's 8 minutes is when we have the roundtable discussion. This is just me messing around with modding. Again, it was more to get people into the live, start watching it, and then we start at 9 o'clock. That way, anyone who's watching it now can just hang out, and if they want to think about questions or think about things that they want to talk about, we're gonna get the panel open. Right now, just to give you an idea, I have, let's see here. I got Milo's mods, Cartea, Cillian, and someone named Dead Poo in the in the panel. Uh, Dead Poo. I want to say is that Chip? Maybe I'm not sure. We'll see. Again, I know names, not faces of people. So because we're all names on a screen, not really faces, except for those of us who are actual YouTubers. So, and then I believe that AJ Usog will be joining in eventually. So he's just not there right now. I think he's having issues in Maryland right now. That's where he was last I checked in with him. So I will say, by the way, special thanks. He's probably not watching, but to Dart Sweep for giving me credit for a package he received, and for quickly taking care of a little oopsie that was brought to my attention. Yeah, because I operate the consortium print shop from my house, and all the packages are shipped from my house. So. The spring is just not wanting to get in here very well. There we go. Good. Goes in there. And that goes like that. And that goes like that. That ridiculous little spring back thing that this thing does is right here. And it is 8:57, so we're about to open this up. And again, we're going to discuss a couple things here. Now, I was hoping that that Joe Fox would have logged in here. Oh, what happened here? I see a whole bunch of people dropped out. Okay, well, there's AJ. AJ's in here now as well. All right, perfect. So we are going to be going here into the panel here in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to continue working on this strife while we talk as the panel. Figure out how this. Oh, there we go. That one goes here. And yeah, so without further ado, let's go and actually start opening this up here. because this should be almost done.
Hey, are we on?
Yes,
Sorry.
we are all on. So welcome
I was
everybody.
just doing my usual pastime of looking down the barrel of an unloaded weapon, but nonetheless, you know.
I can do that
How
too.
you guys doing? Yeah, make sure the cartridge is out of it.
Did we just catch Cillian looking down a barrel?
Cartea.
I can do better.
Cartea. Oh, Cartea. Hold on. Let me get my glasses on.
Looking down the barrel of my Mauser fire, yes. And
barrel. I'll pull, what's it called? Oh, God, that one rock singer special.
You just pulled a big lore.
So for those of you watching at home, do not do that.
Yeah,
don't do that.
With a real
thing. Everybody knows I'm crazy. Everybody knows. I mean, I'm a socially acceptable crazy. You know, like a lot of Hollywood socialites are, but still, you know, I just do it for entertainment purposes, including hello. There we go. Okay, there we are.
Oh man. Well, thank you for everyone joining the panel. Obviously now I just got a message from Joe Fox. Unfortunately, he is in bed by now. So he will not be joining us tonight.
Amateur.
Here's
looking forward to talking to him.
You know what? Here's the thing. I'll have to change it for an earlier time next time. To get him involved. But hey, you know what? If he goes to bed that early, I respect that. Maybe I should do the same thing because I'm always up until like 2 in the morning.
No.
And Cillian, you know this because we've had conversations until like 3 in the morning sometimes. So.
Well, I know I call you at like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
I call you at like 9 a.m., dude. So.
Yeah, I know. Which means
3 hour difference, though.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that Milo's mods and I are pretty much on the same time zone different time. No, wait. Are you Eastern or Central?
Same time zone.
Same time zone. Okay. Yeah,
it's only 6 o'clock here.
Yeah, so he knows that I operate on 3 hours or 4 hours of sleep. So the fact that I have my sanity, intact is questionable. But anyways, so lots to talk about this week. Lots of things happen in the hobby. Obviously, we have the fallout from the entire Mighty Shrub and Heath Pants thing kind of fell to the side. I've not heard any more about this. Obviously, there was the C&D that was done by Joe Fox, and I know that some people here. I'm sorry.
I said clearly it worked.
Apparently, now that being said, obviously there's mixed feelings in the hobby as to whether or not the C&D was warranted. I personally think, and here's the thing, I agree with that Joe was not in the wrong. However, I also am of the opinion that it's a shame that a C&D has to be done. We shouldn't have come to that.
It's just petty. It shouldn't be that bad. It shouldn't be that complicated in this whole thing. We should work things out as gentlemen. I know that sometimes it's not possible. Yeah, there's a lot of egos and stuff going on. But it's just, I just wish that, we would come to that. It'll
never come to that. You know why it'll never come to that?
Why?
One word: ego.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's exactly.
Chris, you should know that.
I hate to say this, but the way I feel about it, and I'm going to swear for a second here, Norm, it feels like a lot of the people in the hobby are having a dick measuring contest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the good news is, by the way, Milo, is that through StreamYard, I don't have to worry about the YouTube algorithm catching swear words, so we're safe. Thankfully, StreamYard's acting as a firewall for this one.
Okay, well, that's all for me.
And Chris, mentioning something, you of all people should know it's how bad things get because you've seen it because you've been here the longest in this hobby. You are a founding member of this hobby to an extent. So you know how bad it gets.
Fallout from the R-Spec card? Go ahead, sorry.
No, you're right.
The R-Spec, I didn't have a moment to sleep. There were weeks where I had like an hour or two of sleep back in 2013-14 when I had a retaliator that can go 100, 110 flat, and took it to a wire. It's like, okay, oh, you're using elites. Okay, you're not using safety slugs. Of course, I'm not using slugs. Why would I be using slugs? But of course, the whole hobby was using slugs then. And then I had a Fire Strike Ultra Match, and it was shooting 130 feet flat, then 150. And they got all pissed about that. But when I showed up with some Explorer X Dart, oh, that's why. And that's where people stopped moving from safety slugs to more silicone domes and, silicone darts. I actually had some darts that Milo gave me. You gave me. And they were a lot like these, if I get this bag open. But they were hand cast in silicone. They were like these right here. Oh, see if we can get them.
I remember those darts.
Yeah. So they were like these. Only I had them in about 2013-14. Now you compare the aerodynamics of this to a flat washer slug, to a number 8 washer slug, or a number 6 washer slug.
I remember those. That's classic nerf modding.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I use these, so of course the aerodynamics are better. But I was always going the distance. I think anybody can tell you that all the way back then, my big thing was distance, speed. I got a Fire Strike against people with 18 hopper snap pulls. I mean, what? And I had the distance. I had the accuracy and the distance. And
things, the PVC blasters, so long.
Oh yeah, we've come a long way.
Well, speaking of darts, really quick, I'm gonna test this real quick to make sure it fires with the crappiest darts known to man, and that's these bad boys right here. Let's get my camera if you know what these are.
Oh, meteor dart.
Milo, you should know exactly what these are.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of which,
Oh boy.
Norm.
And I'm going to load up my long shot.
once we get off
Shoot
stream,
something at 50. I'm ready to shoot something.
once we get off stream, I need your address, Norm, so I can send these freaking things out to you.
Okay.
The hell are those?
Of course, I put them in a smaller box, so it'll save on shipping.
I think I'm going to shoot something over here.
Yeah, the only reason why I have those darts, to be honest with you, is I placed an order with Dart Zone, and they screwed up my order. They sent, I ordered the upgrade spring for the AI Pro X.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered the mod kit for the Delta Pro, which was a brief install.
I remember hearing about this story. Yep.
And I ordered the purple Aeon. This one to be more specific.
Oh, nice.
Well, what happened was that instead of getting my purple Aeon, they sent me a box, 100-count box of the suction cup darts. I had no need, no want. Right?
Oh.
All I cared about was getting the Aeon. Yeah. So I messaged Dart Zone. I reached out to Dart Sweep too. And I
Does
was
Dart
telling him
Sweep
what was
work for
going on
Dart
and
Zone?
stuff like that. And he's like,
Yeah,
well,
he does.
Did you message customer service? I'm like, yeah, well, they took care of it. But in turn, I ended up with 100 suction cup darts, which I don't need or want. So Normie here says he wants them. So guess what he's going to get? 100 suction cup darts.
A bunch of suction cup darts. You know what?
Oddly
I'll take
enough,
them.
I had experience too.
I'll take them gladly because I will find a way to make those work. Yeah, slap those in cut them in half, slap them in a Cali, and have fun with high-powered suction cup darts.
Oh yeah, hollow boys, baby. At 300 feet per second. Wow. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be very accurate, but it's the pain that counts, I think.
I don't think the thing is wrong, right, to be honest with you. I really don't.
I'm a bad man. I am sorry.
So, anyways, that being said, though, we had the issue with the C&D, but then something else was posted on the Nerf Tube space that I wanted to talk about because, obviously, let me just say this. I'm going to come before I go into this. I'm going to come from this from a business owner and from a Nerf tuber as well. I understand, and that me as a business owner, I have the right to disassociate with any so-called influencer at any moment's notice for any reason. Okay.
Yeah.
However, as someone who's worked in HR for about 15 plus years, I also know that there's ways to handle things when you are terminating a contract or you're terminating a partnership with somebody, so that you don't burn bridges necessarily and you don't come out looking like the bad guy and making the other person look better. So a friend of the Big Blaster Consortium, who also promoted for the major company in the hobby, which is Out of Darts, recently lost their, I guess their sponsorship. I don't even know if they were really a sponsor, but the agreement.
No,
They were.
no. Basically, what it is it's the same thing that go. And this is from what I understand from Ryan himself, and he can pop in and correct me if he wants to. That's fine. It really wouldn't matter to me. Basically, when a company sends you a blaster, because I've gotten a couple for free.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what they'll do is they'll say, "Hey, do you mind reviewing XYZ part or XYZ blaster?" No, not at all. You know, and then it'll come to you. Sometimes it'll come in pieces. Sometimes it'll come fully assembled. It just depends on how they want to get it there. Sometimes it'll come in 3 boxes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So with that being said, you get the blaster for free. You're supposed to be able to give your honest opinion.
Yeah. And that's what Ryan did. He gave his honest opinion, and he told him ahead of time, hey, this is not going to be the nicest interview in the world. I'm going to be honest. I talked to Ryan about this too. And they dropped him, and they dropped him right then. And, well, go ahead and explain what happened after that. Yeah.
Well, what happened was that Ryan messaged them, and there was obvious flaws with the blaster from what I was told. Again, I didn't watch the whole video. I didn't even watch parts of it because
besides the price being too high, yeah.
Well, that's neither here nor there at this moment. But the blaster was flawed apparently, and it was having problems or whatever. So, and it just was not. There was no positive way to spin it, especially when there's 3 other companies out there that are selling literally the same blaster for half the cost.
Yeah, and
what do you do with that? You there's nothing you can do. There's no way to make a positive light of that, right?
Nope.
So, from what Ryan said, he messaged Out of Darts. He talked to Perry, and Perry told him, in short, well, we don't expect you to like every blaster. Just be honest.
Yep.
And then they got their honesty.
And so,
yeah,
he was honest because I'll be honest with you. Well, that's a misnomer, but Ryan's probably one of the most honest people I know. So he was very, very honest. And well, shortly after that, what do you say, Norm? About a week, maybe? He was
not even because it was literally a few days after he had the conversation because Gims Mods and I we're in constant communication, and before he even actually did his review, he was on the phone with me asking me if I knew anything about the Vulture, if I had plans on building it, if I knew anything about it, and I told him flat out that I was staying away from that blaster because of the fact that literally. And by the way, guys, just to let you know, Gims Mods, he is in the comments. So if you guys have access to a secondary screen, you can read them. If not, let me know. Milo's Mods, I believe you're using your phone, so I can read the comments to you. He's actually interacting right now with Trip Radioactive in regards to what Trip does regarding designs and reviews. And they're just having a back and forth really about this. But
so
he's explaining what he did. He's agreeing with everything that we said. So what I was saying though is that I told Gims Mods that I was going to stay away from that blaster because of the fact that I've heard that it's nothing but a pain in the butt. And that was one that if somebody commissioned me and said, "Hey, could you build me one of these?" I would probably say no, not in good conscience, because again, it is a It is a pain in the ass, and I personally, knowing what I know about that blaster, I wouldn't use it because of the fact that the main darts that we use here in the U.S., that blaster doesn't like because they're too fat. Two of the two main darts that you can get in a brick and mortar store, which are the Adventure Force Pro darts and the X Shot Pro darts, those blasters are a non-starter those darts are a non-starter in that blaster because they jam up. So,
my issue with that, and if what you're saying is true about the dart size, and Chris, I believe you'll agree with me. The fatter the foam, the better, especially in a steel blade system.
Yeah,
what's jamming? Is it the chamber, the barrel, or is it just the lack of air pressure?
No, it's the loading system. The actual, because it's kind of like the breacher where you load, instead of using shells, you load the darts into that lower barrel and then it pushes them out. Yeah. So that is where it's getting jammed up.
So what you're saying is it's not a foam issue, it's a length issue. Tell Ryan
it's a thickness issue. It's a thickness issue of the dart of the barrel that you put the darts in.
Wow. The feeding tube.
Yeah, the feeding tube is what's the issue.
Wow.
So remind me real quick, out of curiosity, guys. The Vulture is the MHP design, right?
Yes.
The lever action, yeah.
Okay, I hate to say this, and this isn't the throw shade at Heath Pants, but a lot of his designs do tend to are fidgety and have issues. I don't know why. I remember when the Pigeon came out, he kept going through revisions of the Pigeon. It was the first of its kind to an extent. What else is there? He's had a couple other designs. I know I've seen stuff before that tied to his name that just it's been issues after issues, and I hate saying that because it doesn't sound good.
And from what I hear, it's an absolute monster to put together.
Yes, and that's
another thing too, yeah.
That's the other thing. But so that being said, all this to say, Gims and I had many discussions about the blaster before he even did the review, and I even advised him, again, from an HR standpoint, how to address that with them so that he would not be coming across as an inconsiderate, ungrateful jerk to Out of Darts. And he basically followed everything that I said to the letter. And like Milo said, they said, yeah, no, that's fine. Go ahead and do it because we appreciate 100% honesty. We understand that not everything's going to be a hit. And from my understanding, based on what conversations I've had with GameSpots,
and we saw screenshots too. We saw screenshots.
Yeah, exactly.
We posted shots in the
yes,
and chat to us.
Yeah. So based on that, we know that I know that he was advised, hey, we would rather you push the hardware kit as opposed to the blaster itself, and that adds to the dilemma of, okay, well, first of all, their blaster kit was not available. It was out of stock at the time that he was doing the review. The ones that were in stock were the ones from AK Blaster Mods, and I want to say it was M416. James, correct me in the chat if I'm wrong.
One of the other Chinese companies out there.
Exactly. So he and that's what he mentioned in the reviews. Like, hey, listen, if you you can get it here as well. But he was also honest about the blasters. That look, it's not his favorite one, and that's it. So they literally posted in a private server, I guess, that they have in Discord, which he then shared that screenshot in on his YouTube channel. The letter that they sent that was apparently by Luke Goodman himself from Out of Darts, and cutting ties with them. And they said they were cutting ties with several influencers who were not performing well. Producing, thank you.
Yeah.
Now, who those were, we don't know because we're not privy to that information, obviously. And if that's the truth, we don't really know.
It's journalistic responsibility, to be honest. That's the thing. And I have that too, where I got Owl Ranch, and they have to be journalistically responsible to be honest and not one-sided. It's like this whole thing I'm covering with Xbox games. I'm trying to see both sides of it and being honest. But we have a duty and a responsibility. If you don't sign an NDA, especially if somebody posts it, and says that, it's fair game. And he has every right to post that and show everybody, hey, man, this is what the industry's like. And I stand behind Ryan 100%. I've met him. He's a great guy. I don't say everybody I meet's a great guy, but he is. He's awesome. And it was his responsibility as a reviewer and a journalist to honestly say, hey, this blaster's what? He did give him fair warning. And if they're going to say one thing and do another, well, Luke, I mean, seriously, you need to review your business practices, maybe. I mean, seriously.
Yep. And here's the thing. So Gibbs putting in the chat. He's putting in the chat right now. There was never an NDA signed with him.
Oh, wow.
Never
no
at all.
He had every right. Free and clear. Every right.
Yep.
He's not liable or slandering or nothing. He is completely right. And for them to say he doesn't have a right to do it with anybody else, that is literally, what do they call it? I just had it in my head. That would be prior restraint. That'd be prior restraint.
Yeah.
So we have a right to report this. And if people don't like us reporting it, I'm sorry, then don't hand it to the news. It's our responsibility to tell our hobbyists what is going on.
But the other part of it is that if you're not going to give them positive reviews, they don't have to work with you.
Well, if you're biased,
right.
I agree.
It's a two-way street.
Yeah, no, it is. You're absolutely right. It is a two-way street. However, here is the rub.
Mm-hmm.
That is not what they said in their the message that they gave him.
Oh yeah,
I saw them. Yeah,
there were multiple messages between Gims Mods and Flux, apparently going back and forth before Out of Darts, himself stepped in, which is obviously Luke Goodman. And from my own point of view, dealing with my own experiences and shitty employers and stuff regarding contractual obligations, contracts in general. Anything regarding, technical employment or, whatever, it was not handled professionally at all. It came off as Flux was very rude, very not predatory, but just the way he handled it was it was off-putting. It was not professional. And it sounded like he was more so getting rid of dead weight or in the process of than he was doing it.
Well, speaking as a man who has fired people and have had to actually escort them out of the building, yes, I could say sometimes when you let a person go because you're fed up with them, like apparently they were with him because of his review, which again is their right to do that. You're just automatically rude. And that's coming from somebody like me, and anybody knows me knows exactly how I am.
Yeah. I'd hate to get thrown out by this guy. This guy's one tough guy. I like him. He's got some salt, man.
Milo, what are you talking about, man? You're a big cuddly teddy bear.
That's just it, though. That's their right to do that. Now, also,
it is. That's how you go about doing it, because we have to realize at this point, or they have to realize, they're dealing with a content creator that they should have known and vetted was A, an honest person, B, has integrity, C, is one of the more neutral content creators in the space, and D, while he doesn't have the biggest audience, he still has a sizable audience that's gonna reach. Plus, he's got friends that reach out.
He doesn't broadcast it. We're all gonna hear it. Exactly.
It's gonna get around, and they still did it.
Speaking of content creator size, and look, I know that my channel, it is tiny. It is like I'm barely at 700. But look, you know what? Here's the thing: is that I'm only at 700. But one thing that I've heard from people in the hobby so far, there's a reason why France came to me when it came to getting his files, and that's because I made an impression on enough people in the hobby as being basically no nonsense, no bias. I just am who I am, and that is what Gims Mods is. He is large enough that he has a much larger reach. He's pushing at he's knocking, I think, at 5K. He's large enough that people listen to him. They know he's honest, but he's not so large that people look at him as saying, "Oh, well, he shills for this company or that company." I know for a fact.
Yeah,
I know for a fact that Gims Mod probably buys more blasters than anyone else in the hobby that does Nerf tube spin.
And gives them away.
Yeah,
and gives them away.
There's no doubts about
Mods
that.
is at
Every time
4.87K subscribers. So
I open up my phone, he's got a new blaster he's showing or he's saying he just ordered something.
Yep.
So I mean, he's also a person too that gives away a lot of blasters. Like at the event in Cali, I think it's on the good.
So Radio said something in the chat, guys.
Sorry,
real quick. Trip said something. He's like, regardless of the rights or legality of any given decision, the way it looks is way more important in a small community like this, and that is absolutely correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
More than your CNDs or your statements or who fires you, who doesn't. It's a statement. And when you do something in this hobby as a company, a creator, somebody else, you got to look at the fact that we're based off of ethics, not necessarily truth, ethics, what the community calls correct or incorrect, much more than what the law says or what the media says, whatever. And that is important because we all have this kind of collective, I call it kind of like a bandwagon kind of thing going on. And we are defined by ethics, not the freaking whatever stamped as what society says we're supposed to do. And no matter who's right or wrong, the viewer is going to decide for themselves what is right from wrong, and they're going to do what they're going to do. And this is what frustrates a lot of larger people are trying to get bigger and run into things like legal problems and run into distribution stuff and reputation. And they have to understand that. And, you know, OOD has somebody like Flux, who is a great, great YouTuber. Dude, he should know that already. He's working for him, you know, that you got to watch out and handle this in a certain way or it's going to get out. Or don't care when it does and just be honest and say, yeah, this is why we didn't like how many views it got. And here we are, where we all know, well, by reading the comments, that's not exactly what happened.
Nope.
You know,
it's not. And
it's not.
The funny thing is that one of my favorite things. Have we all seen the YouTube post and all the comments that were put in there? Have we all read them?
Yeah, I have
I haven't read all the comments.
The
Okay.
undercover man behind on the payroll was very interesting. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
That one too.
that one's. Here's the thing: if that person is watching,
We
maybe
love
they
you.
are. If they are, I will keep your anonymity. Again, I have journalistic integrity. Cartea has journalistic integrity.
Me too.
Reach
A lot
out
of stuff is said to me in confidence, and I don't say a word. A lot of people talk to me about the Xbox things, and I didn't say a word. And I reached out to a creator group, and I said, "Hey, you want to comment on here?" I have the other phone sitting right here, and I say, "You want to write something? I will comment. I will say whatever you need to say." You know, and this was the same group of people that me and people like Nordia, Keith Pants go to, where we decided to make this group and make it confidential. I said it in one of my things where I made a secret group. The Cartea Mark 13 group, also secret, between friends, Trips in that as well. I said, if you have anything you want me to say, bring up, post it here. But you have to say this. Otherwise, I'm going to keep it in confidence because or keep your name in confidence if you want it so. And that's another journalistic responsibility we have, is to protect our sources and is to protect our people from said liability that we're seeing rear its ugly head more and more. And so I think there's a lot of journalistic responsibility. And Ryan, thumbs up, man. Thumbs up. You know, your long shot. I made for you with a Merlin barrel. It's sitting right here for doing something that he did that had a ton of integrity. It's just between this gentleman, but he had a ton of integrity. You know, if he wants to tell you, he can tell you. But
okay, so really quick, Radioactive posted that he loves the Out of Dark's OnlyFans and management company.
Yeah, that's true. What the hell are they thinking?
I'm hoping that that's a typo.
OnlyFans Black Company. Read that again. Read that again. That was cute.
The mental image of one of the Lukes being the other's pimp. Just
this is like Jack Doherty and his girl.
What the hell did I just walk back into?
And they see themselves
I just bring out my sweatshirt and I walk back into one of the Lukes being the other Luke's pimp. What?
We're talking about the comment that it made it seem like there's apparently an Out of Dark's OnlyFans group,
Oh
And
yeah,
look,
yeah. I was wondering about that. I saw that and I was like, okay, something
for
really
legal
weird
reasons,
going on
guys,
here.
I need to
don't
say that
see
the
it, I'm
following
sure.
is satire. What I'm about to say is satire. For legal
This is
reasons,
why
it
Chris,
is
my friend.
Oh boy.
satire. All right. If there is some sort of room at Out of Dart's headquarters having Diddy parties with like 1,000
What?
bottles of baby oil,
Just stop. Nobody needs to hear that. Remember, there are little kids in the room. Remember that they have to buy all that super lube for a reason, okay? Just leave it alone.
Gotta have a place for the baby oil. Yes, exactly. We're gonna go Diddy on them.
Right.
Absolutely.
Y'all are twisted.
a whole bunch of blasters and
great.
baby oil.
No, Norman,
Well,
just
that's
give me a
funny.
nasty baby oil, honey.
We lost Diddy. We need a substitute now. We need another pimp out there. You know.
Oh
Another
my
freak,
gosh.
you know.
It's not
Ray-
baby oil. It's
Hold on,
slug
it's
slime.
slug slime. It's slug slime, not baby oil.
Blasters.
Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse.
Y'all
We're
are
gonna
twisted.
pull like a bunch of. I don't know. We're
My
gonna.
girl
We're gonna
wants to,
smother ourselves
Let's
in
be
this
honest,
grease
though,
here.
and
Let's
the
smother
reasonable
ourselves in
aspect of
silicone grease.
this.
That's a party, you know.
Let's be reasonable here and think about this from a point of view of if this is a real statement and it actually turns out to be, hey, there is an OnlyFans for each one of the employees.
Stop.
The reason
Just
I-
please stop.
No,
You're
no,
giving me
hold
nasty
on.
visuals.
The
Stop.
reason I say this is because OnlyFans isn't supposed to be just a content source for obviously the P word. It's supposed to be for like reaching out to fans in
Yeah, you
general
want to see
for
this, honey. It's really
everything.
good.
That's the point of OnlyFans originally before it became a haven for these drought attention deficit girls. It's that's what it was supposed to be for. It was for reaching out to content for your fans to react to and be a part of. So maybe that's what they were doing instead of doing like a Patreon or something.
It's entirely
It
possible.
could be.
Maybe
Yes,
you have to-
yes, it is possible. I'll give you that, but you just said the key word, Jonathan. It is not what it used to be
Exactly. So why? I mean, if
at
it's a real
all.
if that turns out to be someone who works for Out of Darts and they're actually being honest, that's pretty stupid to be using OnlyFans for that and
Either
not
that-
Patreon.
hold on. Either that or it's brilliant because people do like to have good mod guides. And when's the last time you saw a full mod guide with the blaster opened
Or
up
they
and
just
people
get
showing you
used.
step by step?
But either way,
Yeah,
Fully
no.
opened up, huh, Norm?
What?
Fully opened up, huh, Norm?
And I can show you my frame up of my DMR 550 right here. That's got
Out of Darts is out of their
437
mind. Is radioactive
millimeter
design,
plunger
just said.
tube, and it's gonna be crazy. And that's a Nexus Pro that's gonna shoot 350 with a 165 and 430, 450 with a 185 Swiss spring. So
I pick those
And I
things
have one
up
up
all
there.
the time at Goodwill.
See,
I have a whole
meanwhile,
bunch of
Out of Darts
send
is
me some,
charging
I'll
you
buy
for what
some.
Cartea did. Cartea's giving it away for free because he's just a blaster slut. He's not a businessman.
oh, okay. I'll take that for
Put some
Hey, is it
respect
legal
on
to
this
drink
man's
here?
name, please.
Hey, is it legal to drink here or not?
Sure, go ahead, guys. We're all adults here. Real quick in the
All
chat,
right,
we
man.
have Radio
I need to
saying they
pull out
have
the
to
baby
understand the
Greek
optics
here.
of it. If it was true, if it's true, they're out of their minds. No trip, they're just out of darts. And out of parts at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know if they have it or not, but at least if they do, I hope it's a G-rated version of it.
Probably.
Because anything else would be absolutely disgusting, in my opinion, and I don't need to see that, nor do little kids need to see that.
Nerf Diddy party. I have dreams about that. Seriously, I do.
Yeah, Jonathan. No.
No, Chris.
You, yeah. I bet you've been to a few Diddy parties back in the day, haven't you, Jonathan?
No,
Come on,
That's what I
guys.
do.
Let's not attack each other, Milo.
Let's
Come
let this
on.
die.
And
Anyways,
he said it was strange. It was real strange.
So going back to that entire issue with the Out of Darts thing, Obviously,
exactly.
are we under any illusion that some of the comments that we saw there were not paid actors or employees of Out of Darks commenting?
Well,
Some of them
I
are.
can tell you, I know a couple people that commented. I actually know them in real life. Right? I know them through the internet, as friends or whatever. One of the guys lives in the UK, Sam, and
Yeah,
he whipped him a new bunghole.
Oh yeah. No,
He
mind you,
whipped it yay wide. I'm telling you.
my bunghole.
I'm referring about the ones who were actually diehard defending Out of Dark.
Well, there was one guy that was, but Sam said he was a paid actor. But again, how do I know? I don't follow stuff like that mostly.
Well,
yeah.
I removed one poster in one of my Alrat videos, and he said he was Dark Zone King. And so I went in. I have the screenshot too. He was a day old. He had no videos up, and he had only done one comment, and that was to rip on me and say how much of a big hole I'm in. And so I got rid of him. I don't usually get rid of posters, but I got rid of him. And he was obviously a plant. I mean, somebody who didn't like what I was saying and just decided to pose with somebody else. And I'm like, come out with your real name. If you got something to say to me, I got no problem with you saying, I got no problem with you writing me, talking to me, what have you. Don't put up fake handles. And I don't like that. If those were people from Out of Darks or Out of Darks plants or Out of Darks loyalists, if they were telling the plant or whatever, I don't like that either. That's also just low in integrity. Yep. And I back that. What I back was direct conversation. Somebody comes to me and says, Chris, I think what you said here was out of line. I'd say, first off, I think you're brave for saying it. Thank you. And second, why do you think that? And I have listened to people. The time that
yeah, you definitely do.
Couple of guys from the Nick didn't like the fact that I took one of these and shot at a certain religious group's headquarters and their security guards, and from a parking structure across the street. And he said, no, that's just low. You get caught, and then their industry looks bad. Don't do that. I said, okay, I won't do that. And then we had a big conversation that it was a Schoon group. Okay, it was a Nick group. And you know what? I listened to them. And I drove home that day from Glendora. And I said, they're right, man. They're right. People like Ice Nine, Baghead, Apollo, they taught me all that integrity. What I think is going on right now is a lot of stuff that's being passed on. It just is. Probably an old fuddy-duddy, but
All right. Well, looks like we have some new person in the chat. Nerfer X, I believe that is NXT Australia.
Peter Parker, I believe.
That would be Peter.
Yeah.
Our friend Peter. Yes.
Great guy. Great guy.
Actually, oddly enough, if you would not mind, Chris, I would like to get Peter involved in that little thing that we're working on. Only because he knows a lot more about that particular type of design work that I do.
Sure.
So, and I believe you two have worked before, anyways, in the past.
Yep.
So
and
I think
would have to probably make one and send one to him.
No, exactly.
No.
Because part of it's on the plastic, part of it's in the add-on. That's the whole thing. But sure, I would love for him to be part of it. Absolutely.
So
there's got to be another way to do it. Can't you just send him the file for it?
Oh no, because this takes 100% metalworking mastery and composites that only Cartea knows. Both a lot of people know metalworking mastery. I learned it from guys at Lockheed, but I'm just saying it's something you can't copy, which is a good thing. It's like you can't copy one of these. You can't copy a Merlin. You see, you got to make one, and they're not easy. Cool. It's skill,
Sure.
Yep, but that's okay. We'll make it happen because when this. Hey, you know what? I'm happy. I'm honored to be working with you, Chris, in regards to this.
Thanks.
So
yeah, because your print quality, and this is one of the Aki savers right here, is phenomenal. It is so dense. And this was in the summer when I got this at Giddon. I won a raffle, and no softness to it whatsoever. The part was it was actually hot. Okay, and I was like, wow. It actually, I don't feel any fatigue in the bond of the plastic whatsoever. It's like, wow, it's great printing. That's why I picked you first to print that part of it. You know, that it's very important that it holds structural integrity and dimensional integrity. So, and you can
remember that Alex or AJ, my bad. He ran over something with the semi truck, and it was one of Norm's designs, and it held up no problem.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, by the way,
if it's a foregrip, you ran it over with a semi.
What's that?
So
you ran it over with a semi, if I remember right.
Yeah, the truck I'm in right now, actually.
Yeah. So that says something right there. I'm not even going to lie to you. That says a lot. But that more like comes down to the person and the way he plays. Not anybody can do it. You could, like, this is the way I feel about large scale print shops versus like a small operation like Norm or anybody else. You can order, let's say, a caliber from Adidars for whatever it is, $200-$300. I don't have price from me, so I can't tell you.
Whatever they're up to.
You can order a C4 from Frontline, but what you're going to get is you're going to get mass-produced print quality, which is not the best, which is not the prettiest, you know, or option B, you could go to a gentleman like Norman or Rick Vega or somebody like that, right? Who produces one-offs and takes commissions, and you'll get a fabulous blaster. The reason being is it all comes down to taking your time and assembling it. If you're working on one blaster at a time, instead of say 30, 40, 50 at a time, you've got 1,000 printers running, which by the way would drive me absolutely insane. The noise would.
Imagine the smell, the noise. Yeah.
That's here or there, you know. But let's say that you have a large print shop like that. Yes, you're cranking them out, absolutely, but your quality is going downhill.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing is,
it happens to every operation. The bigger they get, the worse the quality goes.
Hold on for a while.
Well, and the other thing is,
I wish it wasn't like that. If I were bigger, I'd be better, not worse. You know what I mean? I'm just a small guy who literally laminates his bolts with fiberglass to make sure they work. And I individually work on stuff. But I know that I would make this out of metal 3D print, or I would make this out of titanium or something, and not make it cheap. You know, I would make it better and more cost effective if I was bigger. And it's so sad, you know.
Well, and the other thing is that Norm does like.
Chip's been trying to speak the last 2 minutes. 5 minutes.
Chip, go ahead. Hold on. Let's let Chip go ahead.
Yeah, and the other thing.
Let's take the Harrier for example. When the Harrier came
out, chill out. Chip's trying to say something. Chip, go ahead.
Well, the other thing is that Norm does like 97 walls, you know, on his prints. They're going to hold up, you know, infinitely.
Exactly.
I wouldn't say 97. Closer to 96. Not quite 97.
Oh, what were you saying, Milo, about your blaster?
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, you're right.
When it comes to parts, 90% of the blasters that are out now should have metal parts in them.
Absolutely.
Whether that be a bolt handle or a catch or a plunger rod and head or tube or whatever.
You cannot replace without metal. I agree.
Yeah.
Right. And like a lot of blasters, like for example, the Nexus X here, it has a robust system, but you can only take it so far without throwing in metal parts. And you know, people that make metal parts, they're absolutely great to have in a community. You know, I mean, that's why
metal
like
part manufacturers are few and far between, really.
Right. Well, that's like if you take this blaster here, this is my Harrier. You know, it has metal catch, metal mag release, metal plunger rod and head,
Worker makes
metal prime block, all from Saber.
That has the Harrier plunger too. They are awesome. They are awesome.
Well,
And-
the other thing, the one thing that I have to say in response to that is absolutely, where's the point where it stops being a toy and starts being, something real?
A harpoon gun.
The cop that has the
because-
gun the cop that has the gat and wants to pretend it's not a toy. That
Well, the
isn't where
second-
the law is trying when you're playing in the park, or an uptight mayor, or an uptight, Parks and Recreation security guy.
That's not really my
You know.
point. Hang on,
gotcha.
Chris. But
Gotcha.
my actual point here is the fact that there is a certain point where we go from the philosophy of toy versus I can shoot slugs out of this thing at 200 feet per second. There's a certain point where I don't want to get shot with it. The what is it? The Moose Blaster. The
Oh
one that's
gosh.
Mega XLs.
Yeah,
The Greg.
30 millimeter
Yeah.
gun.
I don't want to get
Mammoth?
hit with that.
I'll be hit by short darts at like 10 feet that go over 400.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to get hit with
And
that.
the worst thing about it is the person who was shooting at me was my son with an HPA blaster using Peter Parker's darts, which
Well-
are hard tip darts, which I punch through water jugs with.
Right.
So it left a bruise on me like this.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
But,
So I would say that's when it crosses the bridge of going from toy to being actual sporting equipment.
Yeah,
Let me tell you why I think that line is
exactly.
drawn.
At that point, I personally believe anything 400 and above should be classified as sporting equipment.
I
The
would
reason
actually
being
lower
is,
that down.
Just in my opinion, two to 300
Norm.
feels the same. And this is
It's
just
gonna
my
end-
opinion, but 2 to 300 FPS feels the same.
Eventually,
You start to get up to about 330, 350.
Well,
Then you know
one,
you're
one of the
alive.
things, one of the things that's happened with our club is the fact that we've capped out at 165. We've capped out,
Wow.
and that's because of liability. It's because of
165 with that.
Oh no, I know, but the point is that we've capped out at 165. The reason for this is because of the fact that there is a real chance of somebody getting actually hurt above that.
Can I ask you a
now-
question if you don't mind?
Yeah, good.
What's the average age of the players and where are you primarily playing at?
We are playing in public parks. We are playing in public, and we have
now that I will agree with me and the group that I played with,
right,
and still play with, we play out in apple orchards,
right.
old
There-
warehouses. We had an old shopping mall 2 days before it was to be demolished.
Yeah, there is
wow,
there
that's
is
cool.
a strong contingent within us, within the club, that wants to do above 200. They really, really do.
Go to a
And
private area.
Again, that's
we're
300.
trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Well, what I would say is that, again, I can't feel 150.
Okay.
Right? I can't feel anything less than like 200 before I'll even notice it. I'm sorry. It's just the way my body works.
Mine too. That's why I like high FPS as well. But also because I'm a sniper.
you know,
the farther it
and-
goes, the longer the distance.
Right.
And to me,
Well, what
speed
you're
is
going to have to
essential.
set up, this is just me thinking, you're going to have to set up with, you want to play at 200. If the person is less than 15 feet away from you,
Mercy
pull out
kill.
one of these.
right,
of these.
exactly.
I
you
agree.
gotta
That's
put
what I
them
do.
down.
I pull out my sidearm. I don't blast them with a bird of prey or a long shot. I will
Right,
I
exactly.
go click, you're dead. That's
Well, that's what I would suggest to start off
See-
with. I would also suggest too, because from what I know, from what I've been told, a lot of public parks, a lot of cities, counties, whatever, also have an ordinance as to how much FPS you can use.
Yeah.
So you
really?
might run into the problem of you're going
Oh.
to have to find a different venue.
Dude, if you walk into a park in Arizona, with a bow that is strung and an arrow, you are carrying a firearm.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
that's how Maryland is. Yeah.
Real quick, Radio just posted something in the chat which you know what? W in the chat for you, Trip. The thing with higher FPS is there is no problem with the blasters. It's about the mentality of the person using the high FPS blaster. The comp player mind cannot fathom the concept of a 400 FPS war. And
I agree with that.
That is absolutely true because I've had issues with when in Conk, we've had guys try to bust out a Mark 1.2 for a 150 round. Now I know that there is no way that the 1.2 works in a 150 round stock, even with the stock spring in there. So he literally got within 5 feet of my child.
Was 100.
What?
It did. When I got my 1.2, I got the quote tournament edition, and aside from having to take a screwdriver to it right out of the box to remove the dark tooth, which is fine, it came with the high-powered spring and the low-powered spring. The low-powered spring was pretty worthless. It only did about 100.
Not even. If at half the time the dart would get stuck in the barrel. So
I never saw the low-powered spring. I never saw the need for it. You know.
Yeah. So the point is that we had a teenager who got one because when they went, on clearance sale, he picked them up and he shot a 9-year-old child in a 150 round from 5 feet away in the face with it.
Yeah.
And
that's not cool.
That's teaching. We got to teach our kids not to be that way.
Oh no!
Question.
Me as a parent, because it was my kid that got hit. Oh, trust me, I got my own vengeance on that little bastard.
Oh yeah, you can't go around and just put it out.
Well, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did.
I'm glad you did too. I'm glad you did. To me,
but that also comes back to
blasters like this. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, but
if you want to play above a certain FPS, like let's say 200, because that's
you gotta be on distance.
It's to be all consenting adults that are not whiners.
Yeah.
You cannot bring a 9-year-old to it. You cannot bring a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
I mean, the youngest person that goes to our games is Milo, and he's almost 17 this year.
Yeah,
but he's been playing since he was 15.
It's been a while.
Right. But the other thing that we're trying to moderate, and it's not we're not trying to kill the above 200 crowd. We're not not at all.
No,
because we want to fan that flame as well. But one of the things that we're trying to prevent from happening is the paintball and that
mentality,
airsoft. Because the airsoft mentality is, dude, if you're not punching it through my body armor, I'm not feeling it.
No,
I got information on that.
Anything less than 200, it just doesn't. But then again, so if I went to a 150 game, if somebody would tag me, and I'm like, because I wouldn't feel it unless you were lucky enough to tag me in my hand or in my head or something like that,
Right.
But so that being said, now some people, unfortunately, when they get hit by 100, they scream bloody murder.
Yeah.
And again, my girl upstairs, I popped her with a stock Delta Pro, 130, whatever.
That's not nice.
Well, she shot me and she's like, well, shoot me. I said, okay. She couldn't sit down the next day.
Yep.
But
all right.
Again,
real quick, hey, welcome to the live, Rufus the Red in the chat. He's saying hello to everybody in there.
Clowney's here too.
Yeah, but
and Clowney's here as well. Yes,
you have to.
Clowny.
You have to have consenting adults who are not pricks. And what I would suggest afterwards, after you do it, make a day of it. Okay, and when I say that, bring a bunch of damn hot dogs and buns and hamburgers and shit like that, and grill it afterwards.
Yeah.
That way everybody can bond over what they did, and all the fun they had.
Look at this world I got, man.
Calm everything down. People are gonna most likely when people have food in their belly afterwards and they can sit down and chill and relax and do whatever. It calms a lot of people down.
Right.
Yep.
And the other thing is that I'm also part of another group, which is the SCA, Society for Creative Anachronism. And there, we fight with sword and board, and it is full contact sport. If you don't walk off with a bruise, you ain't been playing. Kind of thing.
I was going to say, do you go to Penzig? Is that where you go?
But then again, we've done that for years.
Yeah.
But we've done it for years and we're used to it. Like, for example, let's say Jonathan, who's only played basically HVZ level speeds, right?
I have played right above that too, I'll have you know.
Right. Let's say he came to Michigan. He'd get fed to the wolves in 90 seconds flat.
I don't know.
We're just saying, because as soon as either I saw him, Milo saw him, or somebody else saw him, they're going to start ranging him in,
lighting him up,
and it's only going to take one, maybe two shots.
But
it's going to happen as soon as he steps out of the car because it's Jonathan.
We got
but that's the thing, though.
It's all for love.
It's all for love, one, and I love you, Jonathan, that.
But my point in saying that was the fact that we go out and we fight, and we beat on each other, and we have a lot of fun doing it. But at the same time, we also go drinking with the guys later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But Jonathan had something to say about
the airsoft thing and paintball.
Yeah.
So when I was living down south in Casa Grande, Arizona, which is between Tucson and Phoenix, I'm assuming you live in Arizona, Chip.
I lived in Tucson, Arizona for 13 years.
Okay, so you're aware of probably the group down there then.
Yeah.
But either way, when I lived in Casa Grande, I participated in airsoft up north, up here where I'm at now in the valley, and which is the Phoenix area in the suburbs in Mesa. And I learned real fast that either you don't call your hits because you don't feel it, or because of the gear in some manner or way. Now keep in mind when I say this, I have full sets of tactical gear. I've played HVZ, like as Milo said, that's been my mainstay for literally years. That's why I got back into the hobby with after being a kid playing Nerf. When I got reintroduced to the Nerf scene in 2016, I started at HVZs at my local college, ASU Poly, down in Mesa, Arizona State Polytechnic campus. We played HVZ. That was our main thing. And I started building tack gear loadouts. I started doing it, and I got used to getting tagged out. You felt it. You had to learn to feel it, or you got to look to see where your hits were. I don't understand the airsoft mentality of fake it and then continue playing. It's just cheating.
Well, the other thing is that there are the people that have joined a lot of the airsoft thing. I'm a veteran. I know a lot of veterans, and they won't even touch airsoft because of the fact that these armchair soldiers are like, oh no, dude, I'm all tacked up.
That's exactly it. When it comes to airsoft, and sadly, it's starting to become this way in the hobby too. With airsoft, you have to have $1,000 loadout to be beneficial and survive. Now, sadly enough, it's starting to come that way with the hobby space too.
Right.
There's guys running around with $700 flywheelers. There's guys running around with $1,000 springers.
It's funny you mentioned that, Milo, because you're absolutely right. You have that, but then you get that one crazy MFer on the field, and he's not watching. But if he is, he'll know exactly what I'm referring to. People like Buff Daddy Nerf that will walk out with straight up a Stars and Stripes and Eagle blaster in a 250 round, run around the field and tag people with it.
No, you didn't.
That man's a mad lad.
Or me, he is on that 2018 long shot and getting, for 39 hits for being hit 10 times and getting.
Reminds me of people that go out with Mavericks, HVZs, and somehow manage to tag out zombies like crazy.
Like he ran. It was a two. Our last meetup, he was there in a 250 round. I'm ducking behind cover, literally hyper focused on one person, lost situational awareness, and I just feel him tap me with a melee weapon from behind. I was like, "You flanked me, you bastard!" I'm like, "You
It
asshole!"
happened.
Oh, it was glorious. I was like, "Dude, like, bravo!"
Yeah, and it is that is one of the biggest things about it. But on the other hand, the other thing that I like doing, because I am, as you guys can see, I have the archive.
Yep.
But the fact of the matter is that one of my favorite things to do is straight up, original OEM equipment round. If it's over 60 FPS, it's no fun.
That's true. To
Those
me,
are fun.
a stock blaster should shoot at least 100. It really should. And
it's interesting.
But a 60 and under, I like bad blaster battles. I adore that because of the fact that it makes people get in close. It makes people get in ranges that they wouldn't normally exchange. And
it's like that one movie where they shoot each other over the air vent, and it's like it's like that one cop that's seeing those bad police movies constantly, the white air. I forget his name.
Yeah,
he's in the airplane too.
Leslie Nielsen, you're talking about the Naked Gun.
Yep.
Yeah, you're shooting over the same thing.
Yeah. But those are the battles that I have the most fun at.
Though oddly enough, it's funny you mentioned that, Chip, because I love when we have our 100 cap game, because that's what it turns into.
Yeah.
My double dealer comes out to play.
Because
can you get it to fire on a regular basis?
I do actually, yes.
That takes some skill, man. That takes some skill. Yeah.
I do. So here's what I did. I modded it because I opened it up, cleared out the jamming issue that it has, took out the spring, put in a stock X-Shot long shot spring, and when you do that, you get right at 97 for both barrels.
Nice.
So I was like, if you go single barrel, it's still HVZ safe at like 124. Yeah. But then wait, there's more, and you'll appreciate this, Chip. You put on the 50 round drum mag, so it looks like Dumbo ears on it.
Yeah. 100 rounds.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
It's a statement.
I have the machine gun with the 250s up or 225s up here. I never used it. I got it in a trade, and it sits on top of my. Here, I'll show you. It sits on top of my little cabinet here. Yeah, I have that one. It's still there.
Rhino Fire. I have probably 2 of them.
Yep, Rhino Fire.
Blue. I have a blue one, and I have a modded white one.
Well, that is a world record long shot right there, 429 feet per second.
Nice.
Yeah, it still has the record. No one's ever going to beat it. I bet you anything. But yeah, look at that 3x940. Look at that massive scope, man. Yeah, but it's like compared to like this, that can now, I'm going to cross 430, 450 with that. No problem. Just no problem. But I love the modded stock. So the argument about, okay, it takes $1,000 to get in a hobby. Well, not if you got skill, it doesn't. Not if you can aim, it doesn't. And I see a lot of these people that spend $450 on a hobby. Okay, they spend $400 in their fucking camera on their the GoPro, and it's like, well, that's great, but why don't you focus on shooting, using the same rounds in the magazine so all your shots consistent, practice, focus on that more. I mean, that's a $50 blaster. Without the metal parts, I can do 350. With the metal parts, I can get up to. I got 403 without the B car and 383 with. It's possible to do it. I only did this to see how I can do with the metal parts, what I can do with the worker kit. Because the normal one only shoots like 190, and it's like they could have done more with that, But
Chris, here's the thing. Yeah.
The higher the spring load.
But Chris, that's the thing. That's you, and this was something I mentioned in my last live stream.
Okay.
The hobby, unfortunately, it is in.
One wasn't bad.
We're a dying breed. We're a hobby
Yeah.
of tinkers that's a dying breed because everyone is all about the self-satisfaction. And Milo, you and I have had this conversation before of just getting a drop-in kit.
Oh,
yeah. And that's just it.
Or not
And
even
sometimes dropping kits are the way to go,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't want. But again, what Jonathan did back in the day was what I would call Nerf 1.1, and you and I pretty much agree with this, Norman. That when it was Nerf 1.1, it was like that's when you saw the 170 the 170 FPS retaliators and all that, and they like ruled the field. You know, aside from Chris's long shot, which is I don't even know how to describe that, but
the other thing is
I mean, with that being said, they ruled the field. You know, but now it's gotten to the point where Milo, personally, my son, and I scold him for this from time to time too. Unless it pops over 300, he's not interested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Yeah, and I can understand that one, but
That's been me for 10 to 15 years.
It's also a skill thing, you know, as in, you know, yes, I can get performance out of a 20, you know, about a 250 blaster that I pick up at Goodwill. I can get that, but
I
on the
can't
other
hear
hand,
anything, and things keep falling.
Oh no!
Anyway,
yeah. But by the way, Milo,
1.0.
it's the X shot. It's the Nexus Pro 1.5.
With the pink and the camo. You took the 2.0 and the Nexus Pro X.
Yeah.
You blended the NPXs.
Yeah. I was having
This is on
fun.
my to fix list.
Yeah.
This blaster's on my to fix list. I got the parts already. I just need to get it back in because the spring in it's having problems because it's the wrong one.
Yeah, it just seems like to me though, a lot of like people they want instant satisfaction, and I get it, you know, because it's so much easier to like nowadays.
Well,
like for example, the S400, all you gotta do is just install a 550 minimum barrel and upgrade your springs you can buy anywhere.
Yeah,
you know,
but
the
other thing is that
Speaking of the S400,
and a lot of people are like, it's to the point where the old school Nerf modding is basically a lost art form, and it's sad.
It is and it's not. It's changing into 3D printing, is what's happening. A lot of it is you know we're 3D printing and having a lot of fun doing that. I am very aware of the old school modding stuff. I have done strifes. I have done all sorts of crazy, you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, and but at the same time, you know, it is the instant satisfaction. It's I got popped in the face, and now I'm going to come back with something that's going to wallop you. And we need to end that arms race. But
yeah,
Tripp said it perfectly, or Radioactive Design said it perfectly. He says, I don't know that there are less of us skilled modders. We are just being drowned out by a number of casual modders. That nails it, because there's a lot more people printing and buying printed now than there are people buying or making blaster builds. That's what I used to do.
Basically talking about is what Einstein said when he saw the first atomic bomb being dropped. He said, I know how World War III will be fought, but actually a couple years before the bomb got dropped, they asked Einstein, well, what do you think about World War III? And he's like, I don't know how World War III will be fought, but I can tell you World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones.
Yep. Yeah, we'll go back to where we were. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And it's sad that it's true.
Something here. Okay, just a sec. AJ, we haven't heard a single word from you, man.
Yeah, what's up with you, AJ?
I got drowned out with the Ryan stuff. Didn't get a chance to say anything. And then by the time I was going to say something, we already moved on to.
Well, we can't actually go back to that because there's still more to that story. So
it's fine. It's fine. I don't mind hearing you guys' stories, but My club is just for the kids, so none of the 200 plus blaster stuff interests me at all. Especially somebody who's trained in tactical building clearing and getting shot with simunition with rubber tips at like 500 feet per second. Bruises this big all over my body, not just one shot. I wanted to come backward into something fun, and it's kind of like different genres, shall we say. There's people that want the high anxiety, high reward type of 200 plus. Then there's people that like the 60 FPS jolts just because it's fun, and then some that like
the thing actually.
Yeah, and then some that like the comic stuff, like the big boom dozers and the double crushers, just for the silly comic, like big chunky blasters. So it's almost like, I guess, people that are in each genre thinks it's this is my thing. This is the most important thing.
Oh, I don't think mine's the most important thing at all. I love all of Nerf. It's just that this is what I like to do.
Yeah, same.
But
right.
There's more to it than just what I do.
But there are a lot of people that actually think that way, and I'll be honest with you. I had one blaster that actually killed the hobby for me. It just killed it.
Oh yeah.
And when I say it killed it, because I realized at that point that's the best you can do. You can obviously go a little higher, but again, it's pretty much there's nothing to hold it against it as long as you know how to use it. And that was an HPA gun.
That's the thing with Nerf.
It was just game over. To me, a lot of blasters didn't interest me, and I was like, really? So to me, the arms race kind of killed me.
That's the thing though. Like, that's the one thing I do like about Nerf is that it's got multiple ways to scratch your itch.
Exactly.
So if you like that,
and it does. And some players they don't like, and some players they look down at other players that shoot at low speeds. I do not. It's just not my thing, So I wouldn't look down on somebody for doing that.
Somebody's coming into the hobby pretty new. I'm seeing a lot of people, I guess, from each genre kind of bad mouthing the other ones, which is why I think there's not as much unity as there should be. Because like the pro players, they think HVZ is ridiculous, and HVZ is like, it's all good. Like I'll play PvP or low FPS or high FPS, and then I don't know, the high FPS guys don't like the low FPS. Low FPS doesn't like the high FPS, and it's all like basically like as Chris Cartea says, they're fucking toys. Like what the fuck are we doing?
I play two kinds of wars. I play at 150, 160 wars with basic Nerf, and this is why I have so many pistols, and I dual wield pistols. Okay, so that's why I'm very big on that. I sneak in the hallways, and I do stuff like that. I can even dual wield these guys. Watch this shit. No kit needed. Watch this. Yeah. Brute Pros. And I was actually looking forward to these because of the magazines. I play these, but what I love to play sniper. So I play either 150, 160 wars, or I play 290 to, I would say, 350 wars. We used to have a 350 group out here. So when you see that OC Nerf video, that was Big Blue at about 340, 350, and I had to use a softer 18.5 so it wouldn't go over. And it's still point blank, 100 feet, didn't even drop at all. I'm interested in that, but I love to play with pistols, man. They're freaking fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not about speed. It's just about, go to war, And so to me, the pistol thing is always there. I figure when I went to like the VMRs with, big old barrels, and that's what's going to happen, AJ, is that people are going to go back to okay, these snipers are fun.
They got it on my
Think
hip.
about blaster and play, And
Exactly. And that's the way it should be, I mean, and I reviewed everything from a $5 blaster to a $500 blaster and then some. And to me, most of them have a purpose. There are some that I've bought from wherever and that have been just hot garbage.
Yeah, or gimmicky,
Well,
gimmicky.
One of the things that my nephew wants to start up is an accuracy league.
That'd be cool.
Man, we need target matches.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we need target matches.
Because right there, Chris, there's your zone, man. Right there in the middle.
Yeah.
Bradley Phillips has entered the chat, guys. Careful.
Daryl Hale.
Check this out for a second. Check out this scope. Let's see if I can get it. It's kind of hard to shoot. You see the trajectory marks there? I have it zeroed for 20 yards to 60 yards and beyond, and it's accurate.
Is that the crossbow?
That's crossbow.
Is that the crossbow? Yep.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, the one
I remember that.
You guys, this is like the best, man.
That's
Big
gorgeous.
Blue. It has a 3x9, but if you're going under 380, you can't get to the bottom crosshair to zero it in at 380 feet per second. The trajectory. Not only that, but I'm using darts that have a much flatter trajectory because they're domed. So when I lowered this to 300, when I was playing against, I believe it was Jacob of Red Tide, and he was shooting on links. I was shooting this. We're about 180 feet across the field. I couldn't get the trajectory right because I lowered it to 16 kilograms and 300, which I hate doing that to Big Blue. And his head was just right where the bottom of it was, and I forgot to zero the magnification with all the shit I had to do. This thing, because right at 300, 3 power is too much. It's still too much. So when you got 1.5 power as speed dial, you can zero this in for your lower, I would say 250 to 450 feet per second blasters, and you can target it and set up your scopes real nice, just like you would if you had an odd 6 and a 4x1250 or something, where you're lining up your crosshairs to certain ranges. Well, these are much more practical for Nerf, and I will be honest that this shoots a little flatter than a crossbow, but with a normal worker Gen 3s, it almost shoots exactly like a crossbow. It has almost exact same trajectory as a crossbow, about the same speed. Nice. Mine's a little faster because, well, I'm using darts that are more rounded, but these are great. These are just awesome. You know, I mean, look at that. I'll switch it to red if you want me to.
So
the last scope I ever.
Go ahead. No, finish off, AJ. I'm sorry. You've been interrupted a lot, so go ahead.
Yeah, the last scope I actually purchased was $3,500. It was an ATN thermal sight that I used on my 300 blackout, and I was punching holes about a mile out. So the scopes nowadays, that crossbow is perfect. That it gives enough accuracy, but it's not going to break the bank, and it's not so serious that like, hey, can I put a hole through a guy? You know,
300 blackout, is that 30 caliber?
You got
yes,
but
supersonic and subsonic. I usually use the supersonic, but it's
so you're like 900 grains or something like that, or 1,000 grains or something like that.
Well, it's a 30 caliber, but it's neck down to fit into a 5.56. So because we needed something to punch through holes, but not have to switch all of our machine guns out as well as our magazines. So
an AR. Yeah.
Yes. Gotcha. Yes. It's just a barrel swap, same as Nerf. But no, like I that's why I'm saying, like, I needed to dial back like at an extreme. So I don't know. Like, I guess I got so hyper focused with my dope sheets that I could tell, like, based off of the wind, the dew point, all of that, I can estimate within 4 or 5 inches where my shots were going to go. And I thought, I'm getting too hyper focused. I'm way too hyper focused on this. I need to dial back. And I literally went to Nerf like the furthest away, and then I hear like the same verbiage that I heard before that I was trying to escape. So that's why it doesn't. It's therapeutic for me to avoid. What's that?
It teaches you to appreciate how firearms have gone when we're working so hard to get to those points of accuracy and everything else. And the firearms industry's already hit it. It teaches you to appreciate it. What did it take in the days of Samuel Colt and Smith & Wesson and all them and Winchester when they were making lever action rifles, when they went from black powder to smokeless and everything else? What did it take in that era? I mean, think about it. Right now is the wild, wild west of Nerf. Like, we're doing that right now. We're going from ball and cap to cartridge and from black powder to smokeless. And that's what we're doing right now. You know? I mean, we're in the heyday.
Yeah. Chip, I was thinking about bringing 3 of those thermal sights for our night missions, but then I thought, you know what? It would be my luck to like run into a cop and be like, what do you got on there, son? Like, oh shit! Now we got to explain the whole thing.
I got a permit for that.
By the way, Jonathan, can I say that thing is loud? It is awesome looking.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you showed it last stream. It's pretty damn cool.
I gotta show this. This is me and my ex-girlfriend's work. I miss her to death. She was an airbrusher, so she made really good airbrush paint work. This is one of her works with my modding capabilities and paint work, because I painted the what wasn't camoed. So yeah, I cherish this blaster a lot. It hits about 350, I think, or 250. I think 250 actually is what it is. I needed probably a little bit more, but it is a long shot that has the Worker 20 end spring kit in it. It might hit harder. I just don't remember.
250,
but
it's my tactical long shot made for 300 wars. My other one back there can shoot 330, 350, and that one can shoot 400. But this one is meant for 300 cap wars, and I keep it simple, but it's all Singapore. And it's got the Explorer grip on it and everything else. But I do wish I had an Explorer grip on it. Yeah, it's a polyurethane Explorer grip. I actually hunted that down because I like these because they hold up forever.
I'm still looking for an Nexus 2 shell. I sold mine. I miss it.
So,
Nexus 2 shell?
X's 2. Remember that?
Oh, X2.
Exus 2.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Zeus.
I missed it. I had
a Zeus 2. Okay, yeah, we call it
The
Zeus.
Explorer shell.
Those are hard to find.
I
I'm looking
know.
for
I sold mine stupidly a long time ago.
Do you know Alex Kong? He was selling some blue ones with alpha kits on Carousel. You may want to ask him because he used to work for Jet. He worked after I did, and he made a run of like 100 of these that were Zeus 2s that were light blue and had some.
It's hard to get stuff from Carousel though in the United States.
Well, the thing is, you got to make special arrangements. This came from Carousel. The Roboman bolt sled, the Roboman plunger, and the other one back there, it came from from Singapore. You know, but Sam Lee decided to ship it to me minus the shell. So I literally bought like a bunch of parts because I really wanted this one. But then I had enough parts to build another long shot. So I have 3 long shots now. Well, working on 4. Here's a frame up right here.
Right.
2, I think, and 3.
Yeah. Gentlemen, before my ADHD takes over again. So yes. I think they used Ryan at the wrong time and at the wrong purpose. I think they used him as a hammer when they needed a screwdriver. They needed a hype man. They needed a hype man because they already made the decision to put this product on their website. They needed a hype man to be like, hey, everybody, look at this. Look at this. This is a great thing. Whereas they should have used Ryan at the critical phase when they were trying to figure out, should we or shouldn't we carry this? Because Ryan is he's so fully unbiased and like he's full of integrity that he would give a full appraisal and give his thumbs up or down, in which case he would have gave it down and they would have said, okay, we have some things to think about. Should we put this on our webpage or should we wait until the feeding issue is no longer a problem? So they used them at the wrong time. They should have used them before they decided to bring the product out. And because out of darts, they need a return on their investment. You know, when they they give things out and they become vulnerable. Like, hey, review this. They should have used somebody like Andrew, out of darts. I'm sorry, Dart Sweep. Like he's the type of person to be like, yeah, it's got some issues, but I really love it overall and it feels great. That's what they needed. They didn't need Ryan to be, like, hey man, this has got some issues. Yeah.
Exactly.
They didn't.
Stuff. Hey Ryan, tell me what you think. Don't publish it, but show us. That's a good point. That's an extremely good point. A lot of this is who are we using people for what? Ryan's extremely talented. He just needs to be in the right place.
But
I want that they didn't just hype it and lie to us. I like the fact that Ryan told the truth.
I want to address on one thing real quick that you just mentioned on, because they want to get a return on investment. And who here owns a business? Who here runs a business or owns their own home business?
I am my own business.
Okay, so you'll know where I'm coming from with this.
I have a wood store for my
here. Yeah, I mean,
if you invest money in something and don't make money back on it, what do you do at the end of the year as a business?
You take it as a loss. Yeah.
You write it off.
Yeah. And then at the end of the year, you look at it, you say, well, this person hasn't drawn me this much money, so I'm going to do the same thing. Same thing happened.
But what they should have done is rethink it, like he just said.
WWE.
Yeah,
he just said he should have rethought their strategy with Ryan.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is you can write it off on your taxes as financially. So, for example, they spent money to get this vulture out to Gims mods.
Right.
That's one of the things that some people were pointing out, like, oh well, we can't. Our marketing budget. You know what? Your marketing budget is a tax write-off at the end of the year. That's less money that you pay in taxes.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah. They did.
I mean,
winners and losers. It's part of doing business.
The only thing that may not be a write-off is shipping, but I think even that's written off too.
No, that's a write-off.
Yeah, that's a write-off. Yeah,
I write off all of everything. I write off.
They just didn't realize there's different types of reviewers. Like there's ones that are critical. There's ones that are hype man. There's ones that praise. Like they just said, all right, we'll just do an honest review, and they don't realize there's degrees of honesty. Like when my wife says, hey, do I look fat in this dress? Hey, I want to sleep with this woman again.
The simple trick.
You deserve to sleep on the couch, dude. Just saying. Don't ever.
No. What I'm saying is that there's different degree. There's not. They're like Ryan is 100% honest. I think they needed somebody who was more 60% honest and 40% praise. You know what I mean?
Maybe 40 or 50.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And to me, that's, as a reviewer, I try to look for the good in things. Okay, some blasters I've got, I'll be honest with you, there was no good there. There was only a couple times that the blaster upset me so much that it turned into a rant.
Yeah.
And
has entered the chat.
I apologize for those, but it is what it is. That's just it, and Ryan being the type of honest person he is, because again, I've known the man for years, and his favorite word is, when you ask him how a blaster is, he's going to say one of two things. It's either going to say it's okay or it sucks dick.
Yeah.
We know a couple people like that.
Well, yeah, I certainly do. He's one of them. But that's exactly how it is with him. He's not going to sugarcoat it. He's not going to blow smoke up your ass. He's going to tell you the truth. And some people, sadly enough, don't want to hear the truth. There's a famous quote out there. I don't know who said it, but it goes something like this: if it can be killed by the truth, it deserves to die by the truth.
Yep.
I think a review
and that's what Ryan did, is that he told the truth, and unfortunately it killed his support without a darts, which again is neither here nor there.
Well,
but somebody, I would rather watch somebody who, one, buys the blasters with their own money, because I know that they're going to be 100% honest no matter what. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's why I'll watch a lot of smaller reviewers at times if it's something I've never seen, which is very rare. Because again, I wake up to like 20 different pictures of blasters a day. It seems like, and most of them I say, yeah, I've seen that before. Nope, nope, not interested. Whatever, right? But with Ryan, the way he is that he's so upfront and honest. Is that he's almost too honest, and they were looking for somebody who was just going to boldface lie to people. Well, the problem with this community is it's so small. The second you boldface somebody, you're going to get called out. And people are going to
don't want the truth anymore. What this is showing is that people don't want the truth. They want to be blowing sunshine up their ass and that this blaster is great and wonderful and everything else. And what people like me and Ryan and Sean here and Norman and all us are trying to do is trying to say, let's go bring some honesty back into this community, man. So it sounds great. So it gets tens of thousands of views. Don't watch the guy with tens of thousands of views. Watch the guy with a few hundred views or a few thousand views that's going to tell you the truth. Or even better yet.
I mean, I've had blasters that have absolutely knocked my socks off, and you can tell when it does. Other blasters, not so much.
Yeah. Keep the ones I like.
And I've been surprised. I've been surprised by some, pleasantly surprised. Other times, really, just awful.
It's funny you mentioned that, Milo. I'm trying to think back to blasters that I reviewed recently. Within the past year that I genuinely smiled while reviewing it. And this is going to be the one that a lot of people are like, ew, but actually, oddly enough, Ryan agrees with me on this one. Believe it or not, it was that stupid end series, the Galactic Commander.
Oh, John's gone.
I genuinely smiled while playing with that. Like, it was fun. I love that thing.
Some people really like those, yeah.
But
the
it's
one that I liked
series.
the most last year, just out of last year's stuff, and again, I can't count some of the blasters because I buy my stuff from China, and with that being said, I get it like a month or two before Out of Darts gets it. So like with the instances of like the Quinlan or whatever, I had that before the end of the year, and you guys got it after the first of the year or something around there,
What was it, the Fury X?
But with that being said, so for me, the most fun blaster I had last year that I could think of, it was two of them.
Fury X and
one of
Piston
them
Pump.
was the Boxer.
Oh.
Because it's just stupidly fun. It really is.
And
then the other thing was the Primus. And then the other thing was the Primus.
And the other one?
Primus. The Dark Sun Primus. The one that looks like a gun gun.
I lost audio.
No, you're still there. And I'm back.
I can hear you.
Problems.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay. We lost Milo's mods. Are you there?
Yeah.
AJ, by the way, did you get that axe?
Which one?
I don't hear
The
anyone.
one you took a picture of today.
Oh, hold on a second.
I have been looking for one of those for like 5 years.
It's weird. It's very light, but I can throw it pretty far.
No, I'm sure you can. That's what it was built for.
Yeah, I still got a bunch of your. Yeah, I got a bunch of your attachments, and I got a whole.
So I have lost all audio except for Chip.
Yeah.
I can't hear anyone.
What?
That's because you love Chip more.
Yeah, that's it.
But that's just it though. I could seriously think of like a couple blasters last year that were great. The Primus and the Boxer.
I'm going to blame John for this because he logged out and had to log back in, and that killed my audio. I don't know if you guys can hear me at all.
We'll forgive you. No worries.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Norm?
Can you hear me?
Oh, now
we can talk back into the group.
Now we can talk shit about him.
I can only hear Chip for some
What's
reason.
really funny is the fact that he can still hear me.
Yeah, I can hear Chip only. I can't hear anybody else.
Oh, well,
So,
everybody goes.
This is hilarious.
So Norm, he's got like 2 storage units, and the first time I came over, he was like, "Hey, let me show you this blaster."
I can't read lips, guys. Sorry.
And he opened the door, and it was like from National Lampoon's Vacation when all that shit went flying out. That's exactly what his storage units look like.
Well, so
that's what my room looks like.
Mine are organized.
Yeah,
mine are
mine too.
organized.
I have a story.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I will say it's one thing. I did want to touch one thing about out of darts, by the way. And I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt everybody about this one.
problem.
One thing I was going to point out is, and I was looking back at the history of things regarding Gims's relationship with out of darts. I got the distinct feeling that from the very beginning they treated him as a second class reviewer / influencer.
Yeah,
Second tier.
it wasn't
Yeah.
big enough to make
Second
it.
tier.
I
And the
would just
reason
say
being is
second class
because
citizen, but
of
yeah,
stuff that I knew
okay.
that they would send him and stuff that I had to turn around and actually fix for him to get reviews done properly
Yeah.
with a couple
I
of major
remember that.
releases. So that was one of those things. And Milo's Mods is going to know exactly what I'm talking about here when it came to the Silly Butts Battle Axe and the Stagecoach thing, where I know for a fact that they did not send him all of the shells that he needed to test to showcase the blaster. And I ended up having to print them out and send them to him all the way from Ohio to California in order for him to finish the review. And the first time that I had to do that, all he did was drop a mention on the review that, hey, thanks to Secondhand Blasters for sending this to me. And the Flux got pissed. He threw a hissy fit on the private Discord server that they're part of, saying, well, it looks like you were promoting his channel more than our product. And he was like, dude, no, I was saying thanks because of the fact that because of him, I was able to showcase your product. So,
Well,
And it
yeah,
doesn't like me now.
that's how that was, you know. I mean, and it's kind of sad,
Right.
you know, that it was like that, you know. He and
so. But
They
that's all I was going to say. So
treated
please
him like a
keep on
second-class
talking,
citizen.
guys.
they treated him like a second class citizen, in my opinion, which was depressing. You know, I mean, nobody likes to be treated like that, you know, to begin with. And Flux
There we go.
legitimately lost his shit when he did that.
Stagecoach?
It's sad.
You guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Norma, can you hear me now?
That Chonga Civil Blaster.
He can't.
Yeah, but I have to say, this is the one blaster I did not do in pink and blue, but I think I can graduate with this one.
The blunderbuss.
Oh, it looks beautiful.
That's good.
It does. Norman, can you guys hear me or?
It's a pretty design, not gonna lie.
I don't
Beautiful design.
Well, can you hear me, Norman?
no.
I think we're now.
They're
Can
asking
you
if you can
hear
if
me
you can hear them.
now?
Is
I
it
can't hear
possible
anything,
you have
guys.
them muted on your side?
No, I
I'm
don't
not
have
muted,
anyone
I'm
muted.
on.
Let me see here.
Chip, tell him to pull this out and put us in the backstage and
He
bring us
doesn't
back.
like us anymore.
Jonathan suggests throwing them in the backstage, throwing them in the backstage, and then bringing them back, seeing if that worked.
Oh shit, we lost.
Everybody, yeah.
Can you hear me
Okay.
now?
Oh, there
can
we
you hear me
go.
now? All right.
Yes.
Me too?
You just had to reset it.
wins.
Yes, good
John
job,
wins.
Jonathan. Thank you.
All right.
That is weird. Why is it that I could only hear Chip?
Well, because I'm
I don't know,
special.
probably because he was
Goodbye,
one
Howard.
talking at the time.
I told you, you
I'm
love
gonna
him
punish
more.
You guys.
Yeah, that's it.
But
Oh, gosh.
yeah, you know, Ryan got treated like a second class citizen, in my opinion, and nobody likes that, you know.
No,
and it
that's
got to the
bullshit.
point where
Well,
It-
have you noticed the
it
people
almost
who are
seemed like to
also-
me that Flux is. With my issue with Out of Darts is really simple, right? The only thing that I can look at is their quality of business and what has happened over the past couple of years.
And people mention that too.
Yeah, and with me, I ordered the tactical unicorn, you know, because I wanted to try it. You know, I had the original one. I wasn't a fan of it. You know, it's whatever. But I wanted to try the tactical version. So I ordered it, and the spring came, and the blaster came in on the box. It had a sticker that said "Inspected by Out of Darts."
Who went out of darts? Why did they put a name on it?
That's because
Here's the funny part about it. So when Out of Darts gets a blaster in from China, they open it up to make sure all the pieces are there are in good condition. That's what inspecting the package is, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Why was my spring curly cued? Why was my main power spring for my tactical unicorn bent like a banana.
Don't know, but
simply put, because they inspected to make sure it was there, not that if it was actually worth anything.
Yeah, they had some QC issues with that.
I give my gift to you.
Another thing. Later down the road, I ordered from them, and Norman saw the pictures of it. When the Piston Pup came out, I was trying to decide what kind of stock to get, and I picked up one of the battery stocks from Worker, from Out of Darkness. I got it in, and it was broken.
Yep.
Right out of packaging, it was just broken.
And here's the thing: it wasn't even the submarine battery butt stock that's for the Strife, which has a failure point. No, this was actually the longer one, which has almost no fail point.
Wow.
And so I managed to I got my money back, but I still lost in the deal because the stock was like $20 or whatever it was, and they refunded that, but I lost the $12 in shipping that I paid to get a broken product.
Yeah.
And
so, I mean,
I want to piggyback on that, Milo.
It's not going to break me, but still.
I want to piggyback on that, Milo, really quick. And Trip mentioned something in the chat that either you're unlucky or they don't like you. Funny thing about that, Trip, so John 2 years ago, he bought me as a Christmas gift my Quinlan. And
I forgot about that. I did do that.
So Quinlan was supposed to ship with 2 springs. What was it, the 1.4 and the 1.6, Milo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 160 to 300. It came loaded with the 1.4.
Yeah. I got the 1.4 only. They did not include the 1.6. Everyone else got the 1.6. And then I emailed them. And same thing, it was inspected. And they said, some of them obviously were missing the 1.6 spring. And I was like, well, that's kind of funny. Can you guys just send it for me? Because I see that you guys actually sell it in your shop already. So if you could send me it, that'd be great. If you inspected it, you should know that it was missing it. And just add one of the extra ones that you have. Then I ordered. Then later on, and I'll never forget because I showed this
1.6 away, Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that might could be going on, honestly.
What, did they took some out to stock their own shelf?
No, that he saw your name and said, this guy's not getting this 1.6 spring. I'll just I'll put it in the pocket, won't tell anybody.
I mean, at that point,
Well, the funny thing though is that when they put up the 1.7 spring, which they didn't have numbers for it, like testing numbers for it, I was like, hey, you know what? I'll test out the 1.7 spring. I had bought a 1.8 spring, cut it down myself, and sure enough, because that was around that time, oddly enough, Milo's and Gims and I were talking, like trying to see, like, hey, we're trying to compete, like, let's push the Quinlan up to 400, and I ordered the Curaca barrel, an orange. This was a great one. The orange anodized threaded Curaca barrel. Milo, you know exactly what the story about this barrel. And it took them almost 2 months to get me my barrel.
I remember this too.
Because they sent me an unthreaded aluminum barrel, and then I was like, hey, you guys sent me the wrong barrel. I'll send this back. They're like, oh no, keep it. We'll send you the right one. But it literally took them 2 months to get me a barrel.
Is it incompetence or is it bias? I mean, the people that work in the shop, are they in the hobby and they just see your name and go?
In the hobby too.
Exactly. Which that's the funny thing, because like I even like I'll never forget, because I was like, and I think John, even you and I talked about it, where I was like, it says orange anodized. Like, how do you mess up orange threaded and get aluminum non-threaded?
So when I was building blasters, still
like how does that happen? So then they sent me the 1.7 spring, and the best way that I describe it is my spring had nerfectile dysfunction going on to it, for lack of a better descriptor. It looked like it was springing around corners. It was bent.
Can you guys hear me?
Nerf
Yeah.
style
Yeah.
dysfunction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Norm,
And then
can
on
you hear
top
me?
of that, hold on, it gets even better. The squaring off that they did, it was so jagged. Like you could stab your finger and draw blood with it. How sharp the edge of it was.
Well,
What's the
it's not
vampire
hard
that
to
made
square off a spring. It's actually really, really easy to square off spring. It takes less than a minute if you know what you're doing. And I don't get that. That just goes to show poor quality control.
Norm, can you hear me?
And it's sad that
You
it's
guys
come to
feel
like
like
that,
me.
but
And
let's look back and again, not naming names, but Out of Dodge used to be the place to go to for years. Because their prices were reasonable and so is their shipping. Well, ever since somebody started working at Out of Darts, again, I won't say names,
Is that the
I
time the
noticed
price
the
went up
quality
as
has
well?
gone downhill and the shipping has gone through the roof.
According to a lot of people, it's the time that particular.
Real quick, we got asked. We got asked by if we ever got the Quinlan up to 400.
No.
The most I ever got out of the Quinlan was 372, I believe.
I got 393.
Yeah.
That was it.
That is not bad.
By the way, Norman, look at your screen.
Now, I will say I got 397 and 398 out of the S400 already.
Yeah.
Is that Deadpool? Dead poo?
It's dead poo.
Yeah, I like it.
That is on my car, literally large scale.
Have you watched the Winnie the Pooh Milk and Honey and Blood movie yet? It's pretty cool.
No, I have not.
Yeah, that's
it's so
actually pretty
cool.
damn cool.
It's fucking great. I love that
Seems
movie.
like though,
The creepy Winnie the Pooh, man.
Like Pooh looks like big, hulky, and scary.
So, Chris, I did see something earlier today that I'm gonna have to send to you. It's called the Theme Park Comedian. It's a guy who did like an Unsolved Mysteries, but with the Carousel of Progress.
Oh God, share that with me, please.
And I was dying
What about the
laughing
Carousel
at
of Progress?
What?
What about the Carousel of Progress?
Hey,
What mystery?
Tell Norman to
Apparently, in one of the scenes, there's a like young girl mannequin that is never in any other scenes.
Right.
So they talk about like what happened to this girl. The suspects are it goes through all the different characters why they're suspects. It's hilarious.
Okay.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Norman.
This is like the redhead on Horizons or something that everybody oogles over. Again, remember the girl that calls the boyfriend?
Yep.
Oh man. That girl filed a restraining order against Hoot and Cheese because they kept bothering her. Are you that girl?
Norman.
No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Yep.
Jonathan.
All right. So what happened to everyone else? Everyone else's audio because now everyone's muted again. Is everyone else still there?
I'm
all I
still
hear
here.
is
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm here.
Dylan, you there? You're muted.
Who?
He's not.
Okay, I think that would be a good thing. Hold on.
Unmute everybody, or the hand
Wait,
gets it. I'm telling you.
Let me try this again.
Can you
Okay,
hear
we
me?
gotta go. Bye,
Norm,
bye.
can you-
We're going to spirit world. Okay.
Norm, can you hear me?
No. Everyone's staying there. I'm just muting. John, are you there now?
Can you hear me?
We missed you, John.
I can
No, I
hear
think
you.
John's mic is muted because
I can
everyone else,
hear
like, everyone else is fine.
I can hear him.
I can hear him.
Nobody gets
Right.
to see it. Nobody sees my face.
It's getting serious now. I have to shoot myself in the hand. I have to hostage my hand to hear John. Or I gotta shoot myself. Come on, John. This
I'm going to shoot you if you don't go away. I swear.
Shoot me now. I don't care.
Norm, can you hear me?
Can anybody hear me?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear AJ?
Everybody can hear you, Sean.
Okay, I wanted to know.
Hey, Pickle.
Stop! Just freaking stop!
Milo,
Oh,
you have a weird growth
Milo,
on your
who's
shoulder there.
attacking you? Who's attacking you?
Yeah, that's a beautiful girl over there. I mean, she's
That's your little
been,
It's about to get X-rated.
I got
but yeah, but my thing though, without a darts, is that when somebody took over management, and again, not naming names or anything like that, because that's just wrong, and it's just a theory. It seems like their quality has gone downhill. Their blaster prices have gone through the roof. Right.
What I have
keep in mind, I don't own a 3D printer at all. So I would either have to have the hardware kit shipped to like Norm or somebody like that and have him build it out and have it sent to me. That's just how it is. But I'm sorry. I mean, I like the Breacher. I think it's a beautiful blaster. But it's not $300 nice.
No.
That's just it. Not trying to be rude or anything to anybody. It's just that's how I feel.
That's what I get too. When a certain individual joined, they got more expensive, and I heard all sorts of complaints. And of course, I never buy from Out of Darts, but you get PMs all the time. Hey, yeah, this guy joined. I'm like, I don't care. There you are. Is Jonathan back? I heard him.
Yeah, he's back.
John, are you there? Can you speak? Speak, boy, speak. Come on.
I like pie.
Bark like a dog.
What is the old thing?
A very big dog.
I like magazine.
Woof.
I like
Woof.
Nope, John's audio is dunzo, apparently.
It's nuked. I hear him, though. I do hear him.
I can hear him.
I hear him, too.
Sounds like I'm dead.
When your friend comes in, I got some advice for your friend. Some good advice for your friend. Yeah. So is she there? She's not? I was going to say, grab the piston pump and unload a magazine on it.
Somebody tell Norm I'm going to go eat dinner.
Oh, my gosh. She will.
Do it. We want to see it so bad. I know if I had a girlfriend, she'd blast me on the air. I'd love it, Come on.
Has anybody...
Is he going to do it? He's going to tell
us? I don't know. Has anybody gone to McDonald's lately?
Oh, yeah. You're going to empty your wallet real fast. Oh, yes.
So I guess now it almost seems like Out of Darts is kind of at that point where like they're under new management, and maybe they have a bunch of high school kids there that are kind of screwing up.
I can't hear anything besides Chris right now.
Hey, Sean, Sean's girl hit her with the piston pump. A full magazine. Just blast them. We want to see it.
Yeah, I personally think he may have some younger people where,
so bad news. All I get is Chris Cartea now, so we are going to drop everyone again real quick. Sorry, guys, it's the StreamYard issue again. John messed it up for everybody. Let's do this again.
Okay. For the good of the community, I'm going to shoot myself in the hand.
He's got to reinitialize stream because
sound off. Sound off.
Yep, everyone's here.
So I think maybe he hired some high school kids, and like it's a facts of a facts of a facts. Eventually, it's not going to look so good, and like they say, all right, just put that sticker that says it's been inspected by Out of Darts in the package, and just ship it off. Kids, I guess if you got younger employees, they're not going to know what they're doing. They're just going to
and maybe also in the nerd community, and they have bias. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
That's possible too.
Yeah,
I mean, I personally, that's why, like, seriously, it's gotten to the point where I just buy from China because they don't ask questions. All they care about is
everyone's talking.
Yeah,
John.
Now I can't hear Cartea.
I'm here. I'm just being quiet.
Good Lord.
I'm going to give Out of Darts the benefit of the doubt because I've only bought one thing from there so far. So
okay, hold that thought. We're going to do another. We're going to reset one more time. Jeez, this thing is horrible tonight.
I'm looking for something to shoot with my blaster. That would be funny to shoot at, but I can't find it.
Can we get audio from everybody?
Can you hear me now?
I'm here.
Can you hear me, Norm?
I hear you. I hear you.
Is it possible to get a Magnus up to 100 FPS?
Yes.
If y'all can
but
hear
it-
everybody else in the
but
chat,
you'll
that's
break it in,
fine.
like, 15
Unfortunately,
shots.
I cannot hear anyone, so I'm going to mute myself. You all keep on talking. Enjoy your conversation.
Yeah, Bruce.
Someone just type something in the chat when y'all want me to talk.
I'll kick it.
But
It's
you're
disgusting.
exactly right, though. It basically seems like it's ran by a bunch of high school students now.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
Tipped it completely upside down. And
I
are you
just
supposed
wish
to
it
with the
would
mouse
be
or
better.
down?
I think eventually they'll get their act together. I think once they weed out the kids that are like kind of stoned out of their brain, eventually it'll be okay.
The 420, that could be it too. I agree. Now,
It could be anything. Who knows? You know,
it's
but
your responsibility anyway.
it's to the point though where my other problem is the price.
Yeah.
Prime example,
Well, they
the
have more
S400.
overhead because they got Mr. Famous who works there now. So the overhead's higher. They got to make it up somehow.
Well, I got to pay an extra $30 for an S400 because somebody famous works there.
Yeah, I don't either. I agree, man. See, every time we talk, I always get that sense, man. You're always so cool. I love talking to you, Sean. Really. Really. You're just so cool.
I'm
look
sorry.
forward to
I
talking.
just believe that if the blaster's being sold everywhere else for $130 with free shipping, because either that's at M416, Amazon, wherever, you know, what gives you the right to charge $160 and expect people to be okay with that? I'm not going to be okay with it. I won't buy it.
It's not competitive. Yeah, it's not competitive either. It just isn't, you know?
You know, it's almost like I really don't want to say it, but again, look at most of the players in the hobby, they're college students.
Yeah.
They don't have much money, right? Or fast food workers or whatever the heck they are, you know? So they don't make bank like that. So that's what's going on, is that they're spending so much. Their costs, they basically price themselves out of the market.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have.
Fair.
Hey,
You
Sean,
know,
you hear me okay?
I mean,
Sean, do you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, but I agree.
You know, but
with
that's
totally.
what I believe is going on, is that they price themselves out of the market because, let's be honest, how many college students you know is going to go buy a $300 3D-printed blaster?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly that many. You know, and I've said this to them, you know, it's nice, but it's not $300 nice. You know,
They're
it's
gonna-
nice, but it's not this, because I have the gift of common sense.
They're gonna make their own for like $100.
Yeah.
And they yell and they scream at me because it's like that. Well, I'm sorry. Ryan's the exact same way. And when Ryan used his common sense, apparently they didn't like his common sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They used the wrong. They wanted a specific result, and it wasn't that way. But I think they should have vetted maybe the video before it went out.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I used to do that at Jet all the time. I used to show every video to Jason, say, approve my video before doing it because I don't want to hear about it later. Okay. And sometimes you take a few days, and he's like, no, everything's fine. But one time you get a video we didn't like, he's like, I'm glad you did that. I used to see it as redundant, but I can see why having that kind of quality control is important. I said, yeah, exactly. You don't agree on a video, I'm not going to get upset. And it was one I spent all weekend on. Walked around all Singapore and did a product guide. And you know what? He didn't like it because it was products that he may not do. And I said, okay, fine. You know, I'm glad that you told me. And he was like, I was going to just let it go. So I'm glad you didn't do that. Like it, you know?
Well, yeah, I think they should have vetted it, and then there would have been a back and forth, a professional like, hey, I like this. How about you do that? And then it would have went out or not. But I hope they can hug it out.
Having that QC. It's their fault for not having that QC.
Yeah, I really wish that like Ryan
all right, well, I know you guys can hear me, but I can't hear anybody else. My wife is in the chat right now. Yay.
Hey,
I gotta watch what I say.
Oh boy.
No, No, you
We're
don't.
not going to tell you what to
Shit.
do off of Figueroa. We're not going to say a word. Trust me.
So
You know,
we can't
maybe
talk
can
about
tell Norman secrets now. You know how he's like.
we can't talk about that hooker
I don't hear
that
what you guys are
Norm
saying.
was.
That's the worst part. For all I know, you guys are talking a whole bunch of crap about
We
my
can't
account.
talk
My
about
wife's hearing
that.
everything and laughing and saying, "No, you guys are absolutely right."
Yeah.
You know, but that's just it. You know, to me, it's sad, and if I would have sent them the video before, they would say absolutely don't publish that, right?
Yeah.
But
They should.
at which point, though, and again, not defending Ryan, but to me, it's a double-edged sword, though, because Ryan has that footage sitting there.
Yeah.
And if you don't post something like that, in my opinion, you're doing a disservice to the community almost.
It's your responsibility to the community. I agree. You're a literal responsibility to the community.
For example, the worst thing that I ever did was when the original Omni Pro came out. Yeah, I bought one. I smoked mine out on camera. I burned up one of the micro switches. Right, it caught fire on camera. Absolutely.
Nice. I thought you were talking about a different type of smoke it out.
Well, I deleted the footage. I deleted the footage. So I mean, but I should have posted that footage. I didn't. Right, but then again, by then everybody knew the Omni problems, and they were all being recalled.
See, I guess they're probably confident in their assessment of blasters, but I think they should. I think they should use you fine gentlemen and Ryan before they decide to do a licensing agreement with whatever creator they're going to do. You know, and if it passes a more rigorous, more honest, more unbiased test, then it's 100%, you know, ready to go. And you know, they could I don't know, maybe they can put your face on it as like a sponsorship kind of, you know, like a Michael Jordan.
You know, problem with that. Is
I don't want my face on anything.
Or they're printing themselves? You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Are they printing it in house? Because if they're printing it in house and it's their quality that's not good, whatever they show us, where you give us at 45% infill or 80% infill, if they bring it something that's 30% infill, it's going to be a different product. So really what they got to show us is what is going out, not what they want to show us and then decide to cheapen. You see what I'm saying? Because that happened at Jet. That happened at Jet. I designed everything for fucking polycarbonate and Delrin, and they went ABS, and that's why an alpha kit's not as good as it should be. But make no mistakes. Configured correctly, reinforced correctly, this is the best long shot kit, one of the best in the world. And the metal pusher version has the world record. So,
right, with the correct material,
with the correct material and correctly built. But Mr. Calculator Man decided, hey, we're going to cut corners with this injection molding in Taiwan, and that doesn't work. So think of them as the injector mold in Taiwan. It all depends on the quality of your shop. And at that point, it's quality control of your shop, of your own shop. And
you're absolutely right.
You're absolutely
right.
Yeah, because I've been in manufacturing, I've been in fiberglass. Yeah, I've been in manufacturing, so I know. You know, I know a lot of people don't think I do anything for a living, but I worked on tooling molds, marine parts for Disney. You know, there are parts in theme parks that I've worked on. You know, and I will tell you right now that the bottom line is, you don't like the quality of the product, change it, and then go back to them and change it. Remember,
but also too.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
When it comes to mass producing 3D printed blasters, you know, the faster you can print the part, the more you're going to crank out. Right? Yeah. Norman's builds take so long because they're like fucking bricks. You know, let's be honest with you. You know, they're like rocks. You know, but yet some companies. Again, I won't say names or anything like that. They were literally known for cranking out blasters, but using the least amount of infill as possible and everything like that, to the point where it got to where you would prime the blaster and it would break. But they didn't care because they already
knew. I'm not going to say exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm. It looked
pretty. That's what it was like. And Norman's gotten a few of those blasters in second hand, and he's had to reprint the entire blaster.
He's quality, man. Look at this, man. I do not use usually 3D printed stuff, and I'm asking him to build a 3D printed.
4 of them, literally 4 of them.
So good. He's so good. And you're talking about a guy who literally uses like fiberglass and composite on everything. Like for this, for example. Okay, this is Osmo Pocket 2. Look at that. So this kept breaking, and this broke. I fiberglassed the whole thing. This broke within the first 3 months. I have had this for 3 years, since 2005. No breaks. I do all sorts of walkthrough videos, everything. So it's all the reinforcement and the quality and the time and the quality you put into it. And that's very important. And you got to understand that, a blaster is a durable good. It's not supposed to just fall apart on you. To me,
Exactly.
I got blasters in this shop from 2014, and I built them to be that way because I don't want to repair them every 5 seconds. That's time consuming,
people in the 3D printed community, and I understand where they're coming from, but at the same time, I don't. It is when a part breaks. Oh no, I'll just go to the basement and put up another one.
Yeah,
good on you. What happens if a person who doesn't have a printer? Do you want me to tell you what happens? I'll tell you. Then you become a slave to a 3D print shop. You have to call the printer up, ask him, hey, can you make me XYZ part and ship it to me? Yep. So therefore,
and that's really cool. You can do that.
And for the shipping.
AJ,
and
what
it's
were
a
you saying?
revolving door.
Yeah. AJ was saying.
That's why Norman, the way he prints, he doesn't want that revolving door.
Yeah, exactly.
He wants to make the customer happy. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I think, Chris, you just gave me another good idea, and I think I passed it by Norm. I'm going to run over his AccuSaber. I'm pretty certain that thing's strong enough to take it. I'm thinking maybe
you drive a semi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see my video where I ran over his handle?
I heard about it. I've never seen it. Can you link me that in the chat?
Norman's shaking his head. Norman's shaking his head. No, I think.
I've never seen it. Can you link me that in the chat?
Norman's shaking his head.
No, here's why that's a bad idea.
Why?
Here's why it's a bad idea. I'm gonna mute my computer so you guys don't hear me. The reason that it works with that particular part versus an AccuSaber is that the AccuSaber itself, it's a hollow cylinder. It will get crushed versus the foregrip of the
that's pretty good.
The P90 style foregrip of the Strife X kit. It is actually all one solid piece, and there's infill in between.
Okay, yeah, and I would definitely
get my shirt. I'll be back.
We're doing any of that.
Norm.
You know what? Yeah, he's right. Okay, yeah. But remember, the arch is a pretty strong strong
Norm,
part.
the first time I ran over this thing, it wasn't the handle. It was this part. This is hollow. I ran over it, and it still took it.
An arch is geometrically stronger. Why do you think I run with a bird of prey for the back plate? Because it's an arch. It will never break. It will never crack. It will never fracture. It never has. Actually, even under 26 kilograms, it never fractures. But if it breaks, you know what? Put it next to another 3D printed thing and watch it turn to a cannoli. And this may have a crack or two in it.
Well, then I will print you out an AccuSaber for you to try that with then. So you can try it, AJ.
It's literally this front part that I ran over.
Okay. Oh, the
and
shroud.
It is hollow, and it's hollow, yeah.
And it's round, yeah. Dude,
yeah,
I know this not gonna break. Oh, I even broke my sight off. Look at that. Fix that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to say this, but it's like 11 o'clock here, and I've got to get some sleep for the morning, so I'm going to go ahead and crash out.
You're working, man.
I got to go too, man. I was supposed to go to bed like an hour ago.
Yeah, totally. Nice to see you again, Sean and AJ. Nice to see you.
Really gentlemen.
You guys. This is a blast. I'm going to do this every week. Every time you do this, I want to come on. If you want me on, I mean.
All right, guys. Well, it was a pleasure. Hope you all have a wonderful evening.
An honor. An absolute honor. Thank you.
If you want me. All right, guys. Well, it was a pleasure. Hope you all have a wonderful evening.
You too, brother.
Yep. No, we're gonna do this every Wednesday, Chris.
I'm here. I'm here.
I plan on doing these every Wednesday.
Awesome. Well, don't you go changing, or I'll find you.
All right, guys. I want to thank everyone for watching. Y'all have a great evening. See y'all next week.
I drank some scotch.
All right, guys. I want to thank everyone for watching.
Awesome.
Have a great evening.
Oh,
See y'all next week.
Joe God's the one they're asked. Okay, now I got.